Unfortunately, Florida has the dubious distinction of having the third most phone calls to the human trafficking hotline in America. That makes Florida the third worst state in the nation for human trafficking, right behind Texas and California.
Human trafficking is different from other crimes because victims don't come forward. A lot of times they don't even know that they're victims. A lot of times you're trafficked right where you live. There have been some studies that show 80% of victims never leave the city that they're from.
I think there are a lot of misperceptions and myths around human trafficking. Families who live behind beautiful, affluent, gated communities are just as susceptible to a homeless runaway youth.
It really is taking advantage of the vulnerabilities of someone for a commercial purpose. That's what trafficking is.
It's a hidden crime. A lot of people don't see it, and they don't understand how to recognize it if they do see it.
The goal of the Florida Alliance is to train additional industries on the indicators and signs of human trafficking.
Awareness is the #1 tool that we can use to end this issue, for people to recognize what is happening right in our backyards, right in their backyards.
What we can do is make it difficult for people to traffic by educating.
Whether it be the law enforcement community, whether it be in the judiciary, whether it be in the legislation, whether it be in the general public, in the business community, the civic, the faith-based.
It's our opportunity to go out there and kind of let the world know that this is going on and this is not acceptable. And it's not just in sex trafficking, it's also in labor trafficking.
There's just so many different ways that people are trafficked. It's not just sexual trafficking, it's also labor trafficking.
It's so important for all of us to get engaged, learn the signs, and know where to report potential human trafficking.
That's the first challenge. The second challenge is being able to develop the cohesive strategies that can really disrupt human trafficking.
We need to partner with corporations, with foundations, with strong voices to get this message out that we have a zero tolerance for human trafficking in Florida, for sex trafficking of women and children, for labor trafficking of the innocents.
And that means law enforcement working with NGOs. That means NGOs working with the general public. That means the general public working with the legislation. It means the legislation working with the judiciary. You can see this whole network that has to have a cohesive strategy to really end human trafficking.
We need to connect all of our amazing boots on the ground and our local trafficking organizations who are doing tremendous work. They need our help.
Unless we come together as a state and support this financially, we're not going to make a dent.
With your financial support, the Florida Alliance can further expand its reach. We have the focus of ending human trafficking.
But we also need everyone getting engaged in some capacity so that we can effectively make this change.
This crime ends in Florida, and it ends now.